I must have always been a dreamer, schemer, and planner. My childhood was filled with backyard carnivals for charity, restaurant creations during sleepovers, life-sized game boards, and recreated game shows. Was my tendency genetic or learned? My mother was a schemer dreamer too. Here she is with a guess the number of toilet paper sheets game at our family reunion. She was a brownie leader, Sunday school teacher, and camp counselor who spent countless hours creating shows, projects, and experiences for her young charges. I certainly learned a lot by watching her. My early years were full of creative events with my sister and cousins. There were frequent and elaborate shows, often at my urging. On our rides home from Grandma's house, we turned around and used the car lights behind us as spotlights while we pretended we were the Lennon sisters. I was Janet and my sister was Peggy. In junior high, I somehow convinced 30 girls and a few boys to start a majorette group complete with committees, uniforms, and a banner. The juniorettes entered parades and won prizes. I recently found the pages and pages of plans and lists and drawings for the group in a box from my parents' attic. In high school, I was a majorette with the marching band, so the juniorettes disbanded and I found a home in theater and the arts. I loved the gathering of people working toward a common goal. I was known for my 60s style bubble letters, shown here as a page divider in the school yearbook. I became more and more focused on art and even planned to attend Moore College of Art and Design in Philadelphia. But when they asked for examples of my lithographs, I panicked. I had never even heard of lithographs and felt way out of my league, so I enrolled at York College as an art student to extend my art knowledge. The summer before college, I decided I didn't want to do art at all as a career and went to see the counselor at York College. He consulted an interest test I took in 10th grade and told me I'd be happy in the behavioral sciences. I had to ask, what was that? And he told me psychology and sociology. And I said, okay. My first class was Intro to Psychology. The first day I saw this image from the work of Paul Rubin, who studied perception. What do you see? A vase? Two faces? I was hooked and fascinated by the study of the brain and the human psyche. I graduated early in order to save money. After college graduation, I applied for jobs and received 2 job offers in one day, one in the mental health field and the other at the local probation department. Despite a considerable salary discrepancy, as you can see, I took the lesser paying mental health job and never looked back. In 1980, I was part of 2 startups. I was asked to be on the board of Access, an organization protecting victims of domestic violence. I learned about board work and eventually led the group. I also helped to create York Guidance Center, writing bylaws, mission statements, and policies. Starting something new is my favorite part of the process. In 1982, I married attorney Jeffrey Bitzer and became part of a family that had made an art out of bringing people together. Haunted trails, storytelling, St. Patrick's parties all in green, and an atmosphere of inclusivity were created and encouraged by my mother-in-law, Thelma, seen here in disguise. In the mid-1980s, my planning expanded to include children's activities. Inquisitive and eager for new experiences, our children, Zach and Allison, explored our farm's historic barn in the woods, feeding our Scotch Highland cows and naming part of it Dinosaur Woods, for the bones found there. At the same time, 2 psychologist friends and I started a new practice. Psychological Associates of Pennsylvania was a successful operation with 12 therapists for more than 3 decades. In 2020, we joined UPMC, where I still practice. My passion for list making, planning, and creativity often finds its way into my work. When our children were in elementary school, I looked for an art camp for them. I didn't find one, so I made one. I approached some other artsy parents and created a week-long art camp at our farm. Each parent taught a skill: pottery, paper sculpture, and even screen printing to make these commemorative t-shirts. When our son was 7, he was cast in York Little Theater's Babes in Toyland. Our family became involved on and off stage with community and children's theater. In 1997, I helped to create Dream Rights Youth and Family Theater and became founding board president of this community gem now celebrating 25 years. My sister and I have often been the chief collaborators for themed gatherings. We make lists and love the details. We've held 2 family proms, countless weekend reunions, a royal wedding breakfast, and fun-packed family trips. Our family and friends have enthusiastically embraced these endeavors, fueling the fire. We created the Fink Family Holiday Cookbook that included our family's favorite holiday recipes alongside drawings by the children, family trivia, and photographs like this one of our grandfather as Santa climbing a fire truck ladder to reach the 2nd floor of the former Bon-Ton store in downtown York. We still reference this book. Our barn has become a favorite spot for large gatherings, including a wedding and many themed events like our harvest dinners. Hearty soups and stews, local apple crisp, and bonfires warm the hearts and hands of those who gather. The pandemic called for creative ways to congregate outdoors. Our porch was transformed into the Bitzer Outdoor Theater, complete with a concession stand. The theater and other porch parties provided much-needed connection during a period of isolation. My inspiration has always been creating new experiences that bring people together. A new generation has arrived. We celebrated our grandson's half birthday and are planning a children's book club via Zoom with our grandniece in Seattle. The ideas are percolating for quality experiences, hoping we pass on the importance of making memories. Will this produce a new crop of schemers, dreamers, and planners? I hope so.